Hide the crime. Hide the crime. My name is Lauren. Hide the crime. Hello, everyone. Lauren here with Hide the Crime. I want to talk to y'all today about something that's so important. And that is what if? What if one of your loved ones has been murdered here recently or down the road? You need to know that you're being taken care of. You need to know that if your loved one has been murdered, that your whole family can count on me, Lauren, of Hide the Crime, to help you through it all. You know, I need a high-profile murder case. I don't want you to bother to even contact me or John if it doesn't make the news. I mean, if it's just one of these murders out here that nobody gives a shit about, don't even bother me. I've got so much going on. But if it makes the news, especially like cable and corporate, if perhaps other YouTube channels have started to cover it, I've got to be the top dog. I've got to be the one to cover it for you. So yes, I want to interview you and your entire family. We're looking at clicks, subscriptions, lots of graphics and all of that. And we will make sure that you get the spotlight of YouTube's top channel in crime right there within your distance of love for me, Lauren. So I want to get into your psyche. I want to be able to talk to you about all of these wonderful things that your family stands for. That really gets my subscribers a lot. First, I want to be a comforting friend to you. I want to make sure that nobody else has access to you, that I only have access to you. Let me get close. Let me get real close to you. Let me maybe have dinner with you and talk to you on the regular and make sure that you're on my streams. Or, you know, if you have some information that nobody else has, you can absolutely come to Lauren and John. We will, at Hide the Crime, oh, we will do it. So, you know, I want to be like almost like a kindred spirit with you. I want to get so close to you that you don't know that I'm talking shit about you behind your back. Don't you see? Don't you know? Hide the Crime will handle it all. It's always been important to me that I have a slimy back channel where I can pretend to sit on my throne of my know-how as a journalist and talk to people and, you know, roll my eyes at the victims' family members, call them stupid, you know, give my critique. My critique is the queen of crime on these other lowly channels and these other people on YouTube and other social media platforms. Are they a threat? Are they a threat? We won't have to worry about it. We'll be so enmeshed in your story about your loved one that's been murdered. And what of these piddly YouTube channels that can't hold a candle to me? What about them? I know how to get into their world. I know how to suck the resource that they might come up with that I don't have right away from them. I take their guests away. I put my live streams on when they're having theirs. I have the most subscribers, and so nobody should look at other channels, just my channel. John is just along for the ride. He helps me John helps me tell everyone how I feel and who I am. I don't know who that is, but John does. Anyway, if these other piddly YouTube channels don't have anything that I want, something that maybe they worked their ass off about, or maybe they had a resource or something that, really they worked hard to get. If I can take it from them, I will. I've got to be the queen of crime. Anyway, I don't know. I just think that there comes a time that you have to make these other people feel small and stupid, whether it's victims' family members or other YouTube channels. It's all about the exaltation. I am exalted. I am Lauren. I don't want anyone to know my true faith and my true beliefs because I am the goddess of narcissism. But, for any of you out there, if any of your family members are murdered, and of course make the news, just allow me to cover your family. I will keep your family's loved one alive in the spotlight. I will dig deep about how you're feeling and what your trauma and all the anger and hurt and fear and all of that. And at the same time, out of my other forked tongue there, I'm going behind your back and calling you names and saying hateful things about you. Oh, that's so empathetic, isn't it? It's so compassionate. That's why I compare myself to the victims. And I could also think about this as a big bonus for any of y'all that will let me cover your murdered family member. I will compare myself to your murdered loved one. I will allow your murdered loved one to be compared to Wah. Isn't that just a bonus? Isn't that special? The real priority in all of it, though, is just to let everyone know that I'm in control, that I'm the one that calls the shots, and I'm the victim or I'm the strong hand at the very same time. But I promise to do whatever it takes to keep your murdered loved one talked about, because I've got to have content. I've got to put out these thumbnails and these live streams and these videos and all these interviews. I work my ass off. And it's so much more important that I work my ass off as a journalist than it means for a victim's family member to get through their grief and their trauma and to get them out onto the other side. Because even though I'm going to give you all the perks of Hide True Crime with Lauren and John, there's going to come a point we're going to have to part ways, because I'm looking for that next big scoop. I touch on these high profiles here and there, but the Lori and Chad Daybell case, that made me have all of these 300 plus subscribers. It made my channel, along with all the underhanded shit I did to all these people. I've done everything I can to make money off of it, and yet I have to talk shit about these victims' family members. But by comparing my own personal life with your dearly loved departed, me, the queen of YouTube crime, will lift up your loved one, and yes, all the important people, whether they're superstars, whether they're Brad Pitt or Charlie Kirk or Amber Heard or victims' family members, because in the crime genre community, the victims' family members are the most important. I compare myself to all of them when I'm playing the victim, because far be it for me to compare myself to all my subscribers who fork out the money for my bullshit each and every day. So I think that the reason that I want to be compared to a victim like I did, I compared myself to Charles Vallow, is because I don't want to face, I don't want to face the similarities. The similarities of how much I look like a perpetrator. Lori Daybell. Think about all the similar things about me and Lori Daybell. Oh, yes, there's so much to compare it to. The money, look at everything I've done. Talked behind victims' family members' backs, filed legal stuff on people, lied to my subscribers, done everything for money to hold on to my throne. And then that's money, power. I need the power. I need it so much that I don't care if the victims' family members can take back their own lives and their own power, as long as me, Lauren, with the help of John there, I'm John. I know all kinds of stuff. I quote. If somebody famous, I quote. I compare people to all kind of stuff, and he don't know shit. But anyway, the bottom line is there's money, power, like Lori Daybell, but unfortunately there isn't much sex. That's where we part ways, because I don't think that I can hardly touch John anymore. He's telling me all the time who I am, what I am, but he doesn't bother to tell me I'm some, promiscuous girl or anything like that to get me all sexually aroused or anything. So he's just right there telling me who I am, how I'm feeling, and all this and that, which is so unhealthy for a spouse to be telling their spouse there how they are and what they're about, especially when they're licensed, But anyway, I'm a lot like Lori Daybell. And, there's so many things that I'm sure many of you could probably, tell me that reminds you of Lori and Lauren. Oh, yes. Oh. But anyway, I don't have a clue how I feel about all this that's happened lately. I don't have a clue, but I'm sure my husband John will let me know. Finally, let me just say this. If you let me cover your murdered loved one there on my channel, let me have exclusive rights to your murdered loved one, I can help you become more famous. Because see, I've got 300-something thousand subscribers, and I've got all these connections, and I'm so beautiful. Look at my little McArches, aren't they pretty? I'm so special. But just as I am famous, I can make you and your family famous. I can let everyone, my subscribers, and anyone who wants to watch my channel know how deeply I care about your family. And at the same time, I can, in the background, think about how stupid and ignorant you all are. Let me use my forked tongue over and over and over again. But, as long as I'm getting the money, as long as I can use the rolling the eyes emoji on my little slimy back channel, I'm okay. I think my subscribers don't realize that if I can talk that way about victims' family members in the crime genre community, then I'm able to talk about anybody, ain't I? Wonder if this Lori thing, did she ever talk about people behind their back, people that were helping her? That's another thing that me and Lori Hooker Daybell have in common. So, to close again, reach out to me. Let me know the pain and suffering and hurt that you're feeling over the death of your loved one. The terrible nature of your murder. The more terrible it is, the better. We'll puff it up. We'll do exposés. We can't post the autopsy photos, but that's okay. We will do everything we can here at Hide the Crime, because me, Lauren, and Mr. John there, will be there to suck the life right out of you.